Your destination is the Paris Fashion Show by Sanguine, one of Europe's leading couture brands. Your targets are Sanguine owner Viktor Novikov, a former oligarch turned fashion mogul, and his partner Dalia Margolis, a retired supermodel, an iconic power couple on the global fashion scene, and two of the most dangerous people in the world. Novikov and Margolis are in fact the ringleaders of Iago, an enigmatic spy ring that deals in the global elite's most valuable secrets. Unscrupulous and opportunistic, Iago has caused disastrous security leaks all over the globe. When Crimean separatists caused a deadly meltdown at the Odessa nuclear power plant, Iago gave them access to the plant's security network. And when the Delgado drug cartel shot down the plane of President Hernandez and his family, Iago provided the classified flight plans. Now Novikov and Margolis have obtained a knock list of British undercover agents, which they plan to sell at a secret Iago auction during the Sanguine show. So our client, MI6, need us to stop the ringleaders before the knock list ends up in the wrong hands. The Sanguine show will be swarming with security, and Viktor Novikov will be the focus of everyone's attention. But despite his posturing, he is merely the money man. The real target is Dalia Margolis. Beautiful and brilliant, she is a master manipulator and the true brains behind Iago. Two targets, a highly public event. At first glance, an impossible task. Then again, I do know how you love a challenge. I will leave you to prepare.
Hello and welcome to the Providence Cup. Today we have a Group B game between the Roulette Unprofessionals consisting of Nezuko-chan and Rocky, and Gumidifier 2.0 consisting of Rommel and the Reaper 47. I'm joined today by the wonderful Info again. Say hello.
Hey Joker, hi everyone.
How you doing? You been good yourself?
Yeah, it's a nice Sunday so far and going to be even better with two back-to-back batches.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be good here. Starting off with, the one of the original maps here, Paris. Everyone's gonna know a bit of Paris, and I said it yesterday when we had it. It's whether we can optimize the Paris spin, that's who's gonna win it. Of course, it is one of the maps where if you can fully optimize the Paris spin, you're in a very good situation over your opponent. Just having that little edge on what to do, will for sure give you the edge in most games. If the spin allows it, of course, we can see some very quick spins on this map.
Yeah, I feel like I think I'm repeating myself here, but I like the balance between the Paris spins. One of the spins can take up to 2 minutes, but then you have those which can take up to five, and then it's a really hard to
Yeah, and
optimize.
even
So it
then
should be a nice battle.
they still be even longer after five, of course, if the spin is right for it. You definitely can have, Vampire Magician, and you've extended the time by a lot. Same with like Helmut Krug, and none of the disguises are hard in this map. It's just getting them where you need to can be a bit challenging. Spin will arrive, and it will be Rich Novikov, Scissors as the security guard, and Dario Margolis, Lever opener as the tech crew. So no, it definitely is the quicker one, you'd say, in this situation for sure. It's just the scissors are a bit out of the way, but the letter opener is right next to the tech crew start, so that's definitely gonna be a very quick Dale kill. And if you pair that up with the quick Novikov isolation as well, the security guards are nearby, and we've seen as go straight in here.
Yeah, I think this spin is just one Dahlia lure away from basically record pace, and of course the scissors will be on, I think, on all floors but the first one, the tech crew starts one. So just a bit of walking
Convenient.
required, but otherwise a really quick one.
Yeah, very convenient there, isn't it? But yeah, but we do see the consequence almost of old gen console. Nezuko loading in Mars before Rommel, but the Rommel comes in a lot earlier, and yeah, we do see a replan. I don't know why that is. It did miss two shots on the camera straight away, which probably did contribute to it.
Roman replanning for the Blackley. Not sure what the other pistol was there. I think it was just
I think he had a standard crew and didn't like the look of it, and misses the remote straight away.
yeah, this could be a costly couple of restarts from Roman's side. Of course, loading time is gaining, but Nezuko with the 30-second advantage and an otherwise very straightforward spin, it could be costly already. Looks like Roman wants to get the bullet distraction there, but he's a bit late for that, so it has to be another restart. Meanwhile, Nezuko is now 55 seconds in.
Yeah, I mean, Rommel's building up the photo finish here as Nezuko will now distract this auction staff, whether or not to make the Dahlia isolation just a little bit easier here. He's already dealt with security guard as well, so really nice here from Nezuko to start things off. We'll just have to wait for Dahlia to come down. I don't know if he's got the letter opener yet or not here, but even then, can leave her here for a little while. Won't have to worry about sofas for a little bit here, but of course, it will always be there. And if he leaves her there, we'll get found. And SMG, has he got the.
Okay,
That's
so
the
there
wrong
was a
kill.
situation there where Nezuko might have gotten the wrong link there.
I mean, that's definitely the wrong kill. We do see letter opener there, so bit weird. Now, if he goes and gets a security guard and scissors after this, you will question the decision of that. Rommel now into the chic room here, so critics pretty close enough. Yeah, you could allow it, I suppose.
Yeah, Nezuko is definitely going for the wrong link, which is kind of a unique situation. You can see the top right hand side that it's Gumidifier 2 and not 2.0 because the link for the 2.0 is wrong and I just forgot that it's a thing, so I have made a second link there and I sent the second link to Nezuko and he acknowledged it and still went for the wrong one, so we're in a difficult situation here.
hmm Yeah, no, he's grabbing a Manchester staff here. It's definitely is doing the wrong spinners, so the better he can realise it, the better chance he has now. Rommel with the lever opener. Victor already down. Dahlia, I'm sure, will be down shortly afterwards as well here. Of course, has the lever opener, still needs to tech crew, etc. And needs to get Dahlia down herself. Hasn't dealt with her yet at all. Still has that to worry about here.
DM has now been sent to both players, but no sign of restarting. And well, in the end, Nezuko will end up with a restart anyway. Of
Yeah.
course, I mean, bit difficult situation whether to void this map or not, but the fact that Nezuko did acknowledge the new link makes me want to think that there's nothing more an admin could do here.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like it's a Rommel advantage by 2 minutes 15 with Victor isolated in the first room. And it doesn't seem like the lure downstairs is working. Oh, the question mark is gone, but I think Talia will still react to that second lure indeed.
Yeah, sure. Rommel's just running around Paris now at this point. Does find a nice security guard to grab here, of course. Doesn't need it for that victor kill. Still requires scissors at this moment, but I'm sure they're not a far run away. Of course, Nezuko now. I'm guessing now he's reading the DMs, and we might see a restart from him coming through now. Of course, he can keep playing from this point onwards. The strat would be the exact same if you were doing the spin that he was doing. It looked very good, but Rommel does have the scissors, however, and will have that kill onto Victor here, getting that first kill. Might have been why he went into this Sheik room originally, was to grab scissors in here if there are any. Again, I don't know. But now we'll sort of back into the tech crew and work on that Dardia kill now. Just needs to get her in a position where he can kill her. Of course, now has the letter opener with him and the right disguise.
Yeah, Dalia is still walking there, but it's plenty of time for Rommel to get back to her, and at either side, either options work for him. If Dalia walks back, then can just tuck her behind. Looks like he will get the kill here in the balcony and tries to hide him quickly before Sophus can get close, and that will be both NPCs hidden in here. And probably the last challenge of this spin done.
Yeah, sure. Might have a little bit of challenge with the helicopter exit if he goes for it, but an easy workaround at the end of the day. But no, they will head towards the basement here and take that nice safe exit down there. Definitely good decision from Rommel there if you're not as experienced lately. And Nezuko and Red Guns again, and yeah, it will be Rommel coming down and taking Paris and a nice 2 points here for Gumidifier 2.0.
There's finish and there's 5 stars. So, I mean, it is the first try of Rommel, sort of first try of Rommel, which wins the map. But of course, very unfortunate that we got that wrong kill. In the end, it's not a significant part of the spin, like the result wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, so we saw restarts come through from Nezuko anyways, but Rommel, a couple of restarts at the start, but eventually did manage to fix his problems and had a really nice run on Paris there, taking the initial lead. Of course, Chung will be the next map between a Reaper and Rocky, so we'll head into a short break while we wait.
Look closer.
I'm telling you, the file is trash. The Constant doesn't so much burn his bridges as blow them up. Arthur Edwards, whoever he was, don't exist anymore. His personal data somehow deletes itself from any system that records him. Way beyond advanced. The partners spared no expense to make sure their controller would be untraceable.
How untraceable?
Look, I did what you asked, but Gray's gone and I'm no Diana. I'm not who you need right now. You gotta be kidding me.
ICA?
I used every encryption known to man. Who are these guys?
The best. It's only a matter of time before they get lucky. We need to take them down.
You and which army?
I know where the agency stores its files, mission reports, client data. If we leak it to the public...
You want to whistleblow the ICA?
It's the path of least resistance. Turns out, you are who I need right now, Olivia.
I do this, and I'm out. So, what are we breaking into?
Data facility in Chongqing, China. Run by a man called Hush.
Of course. The ICA site in Chongqing houses the agency's data storage and analyst division. Needless to say, security is daunting. The state-of-the-art server vault is biometrically wired to the facility's two overseers, Imogen Royce, behavioral analysis pioneer, and Hush, a data security guru with a taste for fringe transhuman experimentation.
Tell me about Hush.
A former cyber terrorist for the Ministry of State Security in Kadanyang, who fled his country after one of the Po regime's periodic purges. He made a career doing cybersecurity for dark web deplorables, human traffickers, organ harvesters, scum like him, with no code or conscience. ICA sure can pick 'em. No offense.
Can you disable security?
A dual authentication protocol ensures that any handling of data must be directly authorized by Hush and Royce, the proverbial human factor device to make the system impenetrable. Luckily, I found a loophole. If both overseers should unexpectedly die within a short space of time, the system reverts to a temporary fail-safe protocol, which I can bypass. Take them off the board, and you'll have free access to the data core, and I'll handle the rest.
And you're sure it'll work?
Look, I know Hush. If I'm wrong, we won't live long enough to regret it.
All right. I will leave you to prepare.
So yeah, welcome back. Chongqing will be our next map between Rocky Horse. Everyone knows him for how much he has played Rocky. I think, what, 13 times in RR compared to all his other maps. Definitely his favourite map for sure, if the stats could tell. But Reaper as well, I'm sure, will be regular. And we've seen him last time in their previous game. Looked so strong on all the maps. Will be a tough opposition for Rocky here on Chongqing.
Yeah, Gumidifier off to a very good start there, and this is now Reaper's turn to take one map as well. Let's see if I can just quickly check the first match of this team in the remaining time. Well, it was an 8-0 in Romel's first match back, but against Mika and Zerun, I think it was still much closer than it would be suggested. Second spin is here. Hush, explosive weapon, facility security, Imogen Royce, loud sniper rifle in suit.
Yeah, really nice spin there. You have a silent aspect. Yeah, you would definitely start Riverside Walkway here, get that free, well, not free for security, but almost free one that is given to you almost. Of course, probably will see a breach used for Hush, and this would be a really nice time to use the Imogen drone shot at the 140-ish, 148 mark. To get Imogen nice in that area where you're right by the exit, especially with that loud kill. Of course, there is that wall bang opportunity, but it's whether or not both players know about it. As Reaper does load in now, and yeah, he did look promising. I mean, you go back to it wasn't AO speed, but Mika and Runa are like they're forming their lives at the moment. Not like losing 8-0 to them at the end of the world. I do remember Reaper had some really solid performances on it, and I think it was Rommel that of course, especially on the 2v2 maps, you could say weighed him down. Does go with this initial panic here. I have an absolute hatred with this panic right there, because it does mean you can't knock out that guard straight away, of course, due to the panic that is set. Of course, you do have a grey box right next to it, or behind it even, that you can shoot that just panics the guard, so you don't have to worry about these two other NPCs wandering around and running around this area all panicked, of course. It definitely does make it nice and easier there, but I mean, it gets you in anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It just makes life a little bit more easier and quicker on Chongqing. You don't have to deal with that facility security down there, as you can just knock him out and leave him there straight from the start.
Here's to see what that throw by Reaper meant. He left the briefcase for the security, the blue hat. So I'm curious if that will be brought anywhere. And
he'll take that down into facility if anything, though. So let's see. Thinks it'll favour him here. Was going to knock out the block guard. A bit of hesitation there, as he does have to wait for him to turn back around. And successful knockout there. No challenge pop-up, so it does suggest he has done that vengeance challenge of knocking out 5 block guards with a hammer there. So
he's prepared.
Definitely, for sure. Reaper now will be approaching Hush a little bit later than we were like. We'll knock out Mogwai and knock out onto Hush, of course, not on the phone with Imogen, so no target lockdown there. Can always be a bit deceiving, of course, if you do knock him out when he's talking to Imogen, of course. Imogen will be locked down, but he will set up this Hush kill here, leaving his block security, his suit even, by the unblocked security disguise he's just left on. I'm sure we'll see him swap into it now. I'm sure he just did it, just to make this traversal of the block here a little bit easier. But no, will leave his suit there, which is a questionable decision considering you do need it for that imaging kill. No, will the city security bring us up here? That's really nice if he does. We'll shoot a drone here as well. Might put panic on him if anything. Of course, can just trank him here. So, wow, actually really nice from Reaper 47 there, getting this city security up here in this manner. I thought he'd take it downstairs, but no, really nice, efficient grab there for him.
Yeah, I had the feeling from the start that this wasn't a random throw by Reaper, and this is come to fruition very nicely. We will see a bit of a back and forth back to the kitchen for the suit, but it's not a long detour for Buffer here, but we will get the kill in the meantime, and this is when Reaper should go back, get his suit, but doesn't seem to be the case just yet.
Of course, the loud imaging kill could just be quite deceiving if anything. Should I try and get a street guard here, it seems? Not sure why, but we'll definitely see it come to full effect, whether or not it's after another Ripper, as we just seen Rocky rip, so it does give Reaper a bit more time here, of course. Yeah, definitely an interesting grab here.
It's not the best street guard to get, so I'm thinking that he's looking to clear out the rooftop for a potential 5-shot. Or a potential shot from the rooftop, and then the one drone would work there, but of course, knowing the existing Imogen loud strategies is definitely an overkill so far, but let's see where this goes.
Yeah, even if they can also always be daunting. I mean, if you forget the Imogen loud spot, it's not the end of the world, because where you shoot, she won't get found. So it's not really the end of the world, but I mean, if you do miss shots, you have to wait quite a bit for the panic to resume. Of course, you won't be able to get many shots off it being a loud sniper, but I mean, if you get one shot off, it will kill her. So yeah, definitely interesting decision here. I mean, if it works for him, it works for him. He has that time to play around with here, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see Rocky's approach to it as well.
Yeah, for Reaper, I'm really interested to see if this remains a one drone strat. By the way, Imogen is right up there at the top of the stairs, so kill wouldn't be so far away. Of course, the suit is a bit further away, or can still become a 5-drone strat and get a kill up the top of these stairs. But Rocky will have this, will have the opportunity to get it closer because he remains in the suit, set up the hush kill after this isolation, which these two kills feel a bit unnecessary. But once he gets out of here, he should get back to the security skies and get the first kill as well.
Yeah, sure. As you get a bit careful with these shots here, of course, 2 street guards wandering around here. Should be fine soon just to knock them out briefly. Of course, with that one drone in the air as well, it might be a bit of a risky thing. So he might want to distract them a little bit further out of the way, but does opt for one knockout here. And does knock out the other one just in time for the drone sees it, but actually doesn't get any clip off. And yeah, will be all five drones shot now. We'll have Imogen come back up to the top of the stairs. Rocky with yet another restart. So Reaper building up a nice lead here, but of course there's one loud kill that can easily evaporate. I mean, you still have to get out the area, but I mean, he seems to have made it pretty soundproof at the moment.
I'm really interested in this because I don't think any of us would know without trying this which part is soundproof and which isn't. Of course, these doors are now wide open, but so many bodies lying around.
They're all knocked out though. I mean, you could knock out Sister the researcher in here if you really wanted to, but I'm sure if you're doing this for a loud kill, you're confident that it works. So
you have to be, yeah.
Putting out his Jaeger 7 Lancer there. I think he has a spare chunk as well to make the Imogen knockout on that slightly easier. We'll try and run around now. Of course, Imogen will come right up to the top here, and yeah, we'll apply his Taunton. We'll get a trank off onto what's Imogen's guards called? It's like one for the few guys I don't know.
Vincent.
Vincent.
Jeremy
Jeremy is his mate, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, Jeremy Bolt is the one you fire, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice box here. Never seen this one used before, but
I mean,
should be just a sniper shot.
the two boys left up here are tranked. Of course, that security guard in there does shoot him in a boxer. Of course, no searching, so is all fine now to swap into the facility guard. You would assume here would be the safer option and run down to the exit here and extend Gumidifier's lead to 4 points to 0.
They couldn't get points last time around, but they are on a roll so far, and this will look like a 4-0. Not much that can go wrong anymore, so sorry to say that, but it is just the walk to the exit. And Reaper with a 7 minutes first try keeps up a very impressive start from Gumidifier.
Yeah, another restart from Rocky there. Just going from bad to worse, you could say, for his Chongqing experience there. But, Gumidifier, I'm sure they'll take all these handy points here. Of course, we have our league winners already almost with in the form of Jumanji Jazz refugees. But in terms of who should get second and third, these points will be very handy for the pair here, as that concludes our 1v1 maps. Gumidifier 2.0. You could say with a stroke on luck on Paris, does win them both.
And now they cannot lose this match, but of course, fixture is just part of the story. The points are all that matter, and 4 are on Gumidifier's side, and 4 more to score in the 2v2s.
Yeah, our first 2v2 map will unfortunately be Mendoza, so we'll take a quick break and get ourselves prepared for this horrendous map on the other side of it.
I found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could fool me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Unfortunately, a short cutscene, so we're back quicker than what we'd hoped for. Of course, Mendoza's not a fan favourite at all in the community. Not Ryan, it does have its good reasons for why it's like that. It's definitely a linear map. The exits suck, the targets suck, the disguises suck. Most disguises usually it's just a seeker or a remote gas grenade or whatever, of course. So definitely one of the more boring maps in the trilogy, but can have its list of surprises, of course. If you know the map very well, then it is one of them few maps that few people master, and if you can be one of the few to master it, most of the time will be a free map run for you. And from the Reaper, I'm sure Reaper would have been put into practice, as we've seen on Paris, on Chongqing even. That image in Lao was spectacular from him, being able to just clear out everyone on the roof in the manner he did was phenomenal, and I'm sure it would help in here.
Yeah, very unconventional second map so far. The third map will have to wait a bit because Reaper has something to take care of, so we will just delay for a bit. I added 3 minutes so far, but who knows what that means.
Yeah, just have to give them more time to prepare on what we're about to witness on Mendoza. I have my opinions on it. I do think it's the worst. But I make that clear every time I see it, and we have our reasons. It's definitely not the best, and I think it's even as simple as if it just had like an extra exit or the 3-second exit apply on this map. You could argue for why it's better. And, oh
yeah,
my.
excuse me for not being able to because there is this situation about the Paris links, and then it there being a mix-up about Paris, but it's not even the previous map, it was the map before that. Not much we can do about it here.
Yeah, no, it's
of
unfortunate,
course.
but it is what it is. At the end of the day, if you've acknowledged the link, then you know it's a newer one, and yeah, you stick to what the admin says most of the time, and that's how it goes, and we can't unfortunately change that. But we did see both players do the same Chongqing link, which was promising, and Mendoza 2v2 in the group stage. Both players play the same spin, but of course that will change in the knockout brackets, as we'll have two different spins for the players to complete. So that'll make it a little bit more interesting, especially if you've got normal chemistry with your partner. It's gonna make it a lot easier because you can be like be playing your own spin, then you can just answer questions about the other spin as you're going along, and I think we will see people's like better maps start to be picked through. As of course, if your teammate's really good on the map, they can help you with everything while playing on that map itself. So definitely would be a nice addition. Certainly one where we'd hope to hear more VCs in the cast itself, and yeah, we do see Ron will swap back into his screen here. 1 minute 30 for this Mendoza. Anything particularly you want to see Mendoza here?
I suppose I could go with the people's general wish there is to just see something that's not ideal for Waiter Lure. So that could mean the suit start, the Asado start, or even Viner Worker start. We shall see about that one. How about you?
I'd like to see Tamara injected poison waiter and Don Yates pistol mercenary, so we can get the fuck out this map as quick as we can. No, but seriously, though, there are definitely a lot of things on this map to make it hard. Of course, lots of proxy triggers you have to be aware of, especially the chief winemaker. If you trigger this conversation and come tomorrow's up, she takes a whole different ass route downstairs. So it's just the little things you have to be a little aware of. The round of tomorrow's guard, even when she's knocked out, the rune of Diana and etc. is a map where you always have to be aware on, and not many you get on that on the trilogy.
Looks like Reaper is back, so just give it a last minute there. I mean, you had the right intention there, and Romeo changed from the BRB skin. That was probably the indication that Reaper is back, but I will just make sure with everyone that we will go to Mendoza, and well, there is not much to dwell on from the first two maps. Let's just look forward to the 2v2s.
Yeah, it was very clean shots from both Rommel and Reaper respectively. Imogen Loud always caused some issues, and I think the way Reaper handled that first try, it's one of the first times we've seen him Chongqing. It was just phenomenal. It's phenomenal the way we saw him deal with it likewise with Rommel. A straightforward power spin, but he didn't let it get to his head, and he just played his proper game and had a really nice strat going on there. Yeah, Mendoza definitely a map that you have to keep your head on. You will see rips, and you can't let it get to your head, because especially in this game, one mistake will just lead to a multiple. And it's a big ripple effect, really, and hopefully you don't see that take full effect in this upcoming map here.
Tasting room on 2 loading screens, 3 loading screens, and of course Nezuko starting as the waiter, just testing. So we will see if that remains the case here. I know it was a fire spin until I looked at it, so I had to respin this one. Should be another interesting one, I think. You should read this one out for us, Joker.
Yeah, the Mendoza spin will be here, unfortunately, and it will be Don Yates Pistols, the lawyer, and Tamara Vidal 5-wire suit. Oh, well, definitely a nice spin, and a nice one. We usually see the suit strat. I mean, you could use the wetsuit, but with Alive Tomorrow, why would you want to? Seeker on her to get her into the bathroom, definitely a lot safer. And the Don Yates kill ain't that bad. The lawyer could be a bit challenging, but of course you can just take risks to get into the video itself. And the pistol one Don Yates' mercenaries, not a lot of heavy spin at all. I'd say, of course, you only really have to bring the firewire for this and a trank, really, if you want to have that done kill made easier for yourself. So yeah, a nice low heavy spin, you could say, and you only have to start a suit, but I would assume you would see that if you don't want to use the wetsuit. But Rum will iron up the Asado start, which would be interesting for sure here. Likewise with Reaper, unless they haven't realised it's a suit spin or what. Immediate replan from Reaper, however. We'll have to bring in a emetic gas grenade or a form of emetic, it seems. And yeah, we'll see the Salo start here for a suit spin. Very interesting. Nezuko does load in straight away, and we will see. We'll see him go for the lawyer first, it seems. Getting an invitation as well. Interesting decision here, and we'll use the briefcase for a throw extraction on the lawyer himself.
It's on Nezuko's side. The lawyer is not coming just yet. And seems the seeker will be delayed as well. Nezuko should get the disguise eventually. Reaper and Romer, after certainly discussing it at length, got in the map. Oh, Nezuko did a restart, getting hunted there with a push. But Romer and Reaper, still in the Asado start, will get a quick isolation on Daniet.
Yeah, that's what you want really on any Mendoza spin. The if you can get Yates isolated here, is really good for you. You'll be in a good situation. You don't have to deal with tomorrow. Of course, Villa is very easy to get into and access. So isolating here is the best you can do really. And yeah, really good start from Reaper here. We're taking a slightly different approach, but nevertheless, still gets the job done here, and that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how long you take. Of course, you might have some deadlines with the seek shots tomorrow, but we do see a remote emetic gas grenade brought through on the end of Reaper here. Of course, both starting Asado, so we'll have to grab the free suit, of course, with that being the wetsuit on the map.
Did Rocky have a restart in the meantime, or is he loading for
He
the
did have
last
a
1
restart.
minute?
He was hiding around in the parking lot, it seemed like. There will be a restart coming from Rocky. So both Nezuko and Rocky not being able to get going yet on Mendoza. Of course, it isn't their map pick. And, you could see why he and Gumidifier do pick Mendoza. And they could view it as the Roulette Unprofessionals, one of their weaker maps. And would make it, you do want to pick the maps you're good at. And most importantly, the ones your opponent's not as experienced at, you could say, and definitely will make it nice and easy for yourself here, as Rommel and Reaper will soon both be leaving the villa with Don down and a pistol up and heading towards Tamala here.
Yeah, Roman going safe here with more distractions to even clear out the whole room. Reaper did not do that and will have better timing on tomorrow. Reaper will be able to seeker her, but for Rommel, the delayed timing won't be as bad. As you said, the emetic gas device will make it basically a timeless isolation. Just need to get the wetsuit there. Reaper, I think, went with the double seeker there for extra time.
Yeah. I mean, if you know you're not going to use a trank or you don't need that dart, it would definitely doesn't make a lot of sense here. Grabbing the suit might be a little bit challenging here, but I'm sure he'll be able to deal with it just fine. I always like having a disguise where the seeker is an illegal item. When isolating or when shooting tomorrow that way, of course, definitely being able to see if you're getting whooshed makes it so much easier and safer. Reaper now knocking out bodyguard. Is this to grab a key card or get one? Would you say?
I wonder what the enforcer status of this room is, but I think now he should be fine to get one. He has 2 janks, but would probably want to use it on the enforcer and then definitely get a key card later on. He didn't get the wicked smart person. Would have been the quickest, maybe. It might have been an early KO. Hopefully no head turns there.
Yeah, with red guns right from the start, you have red guns to the end, really, judging by what he's going to do with this spin. And tomorrow being ill at the moment, of course. We have to hide the bodies as Dinah does eventually path her way down here. Whether or not he wants to go grab the suit and possibly the kill first will be his decision here. Now Reaper ran towards the suit.
Reaper did take a long time to think about this one. But he has, of course, 60 seconds twice to get this one. And it's not a long walk there. So
No,
could
yeah,
get it
yeah.
on the second cycle.
Yeah, tomorrow will be what 6 for 3 minutes with a double seeker. So yeah, nice. It definitely has the time, and I'm pretty sure the wetsuit has the same properties as a suit in terms of the trespassing. So won't be much issue here as Nezuko. Now with tomorrow's 6, we'll get that first kill down. Eventually finding his way into the party, and that won't opt for the lawyer now. And has one kill down, but has nothing for Don. Of course, there will be a pistol on this guard, on this bodyguard here, alongside with a key card. But starts to grab the lawyer. And another restart from Rocky and Reaper. Oh, that's unlucky. That's such an unfortunate timing for Reaper there, as we will see a restart come through on his end now. So unfortunate from Reaper. Just getting,
Really brutal there.
just getting turned. I can guarantee if he didn't opt for it, the guy would be turning around for another second. It's just as soon as he locked on, that's when the guy, unfortunately, deserves to turn around, and will be a restart coming here now. But a restart from Rocky as well at the same time. You could say hasn't been able to get going yet, so does make it a lot easier for Rommel. You could say here.
Rocky with the Matics will try to get going, and yes, after all, it's a close fight between the second placed players for the time being.
Yeah,
Rommel being closest, but
he's trying to distract these to grab the suit, but they aren't getting distracted because you did see from Reaper that he was able just to grab the suit and run out, unless he thinks that he has to. But then you could just ask Reaper, who's already been through this stage of his thinking, of course. Will eventually get one knocked out and knock out the other one as well. No one should pass through here, so she'll be fine to leave them here. But we'll take a bit of a drag here just to safely get them out of the way, as Nezuko has found trespassing running right through. As the lawyer, of course, not allowed. You have to take a risk to get in.
yeah, it's unfortunate Nezuko did not remember trespassing properties. There are some situations where the lawyer is allowed inside, but after some frisks, and I think especially the first one down at the reception.
Did he go through the one where you can just run through his waiter? Because of course that property, if it does go away after the first minute and a half. So yeah, it's just something to think about. You usually can run through that area, but that's only at the start, unfortunately. As Nezuko now will opt to sick the waiter directly off spawn here. Rommel does have the suit eventually. In-game time, what now? Nearly up to 7 minutes here. Still has to deal with Tamara, which could be a bit of an issue here. Of course, still has to run through this little security room here, but bodyguard turns around at a nice time. But we'll be fine just to run out here.
He had some second thoughts there, but he's actually not exactly sure what to do now. There is the briefcase in hand, so he can make it a emetic briefcase, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you see, because Tamara here has to be a very long wait for Rommel, as she'll trundle down. We'll put the emetic gas grenade in, gas device even into his briefcase, and we'll start the lure here. Reaper now will seek her Tamara, followed up by a bit of buffer, but it won't be much issue here. Had a nice idea last time with just a quite unfortunate rip. I'm sure he will be prepared with that, even if he just opts for a silent attack this time.
Probably waiting for a specific location here. And I guess it was just the bottom of the stairs. Not even sure what the other situation would be, other location would be for Tamara to go. But straight to the bathroom for her, surely. She's not going towards the bathroom, but she's now rerouting, so should be a relief for Rommel.
When you emetic target your heart's in your mouth, because they walk one way and stop and go the other way. So you think, oh no, I failed here. They've gone to that bathroom, and you think, oh wait, actually the game's just really crap, and now they are going the right way. Reaper now does have have that knockout onto the bodyguard to make this little diversion through this room here easier. Won't opt to knock out this security guard here this time. We'll opt just to run straight through here to his free wetsuit.
Rocky with the one Tamara kill at this moment. Also not knocking out the guard of Tamara, just waiting until he's out of the picture. And now for Rocky, it will be the trip to get back to the lawyer. In previous runs, he started with emetic device on the lawyers. I'm not sure what happened this time around. I'm looking for the mini-map if there's a lawyer laying down, but no, now will come the isolation for Rocky. It's also crucial isolation.
Yeah, I mean, it has caused him issues, and they would have used his meta good device on Tamara already. So yeah, definitely gonna be a bit of a challenging knockout here. Of course, eyes can see you. Will pick up his own briefcase and knock out the lawyer with it. It seems. Meanwhile, Nezuko does get the kill. Rocky with a knockout onto the lawyer here. He's got up to dump him over into the flower bed. Could be some eyes seeing him here, but no. Does get it off nice and safe here. No one hears it. And yeah, nice grab for Rocky here. Which have to get his way into the villa this time, of course. We did see Nezuko previously rip on this, so I'm sure he would have allowed his frustration in some way, and Rocky would have caught onto it here. As Rommel as well with the kill down. We'll have a nice trank as well from Reaper to get into Tamara's bathroom here. And yeah, really nice kill there. Doing it in what, half the time you see from Rommel here. But again, we said it's both now the similar position. Only need the lawyer disguise. Of course, they already have Don dealt with. So yeah, definitely a nice start here from both the pair of them here. Just need to grab that lawyer disguise next, which definitely can be troubling, but they do have tranks and throw distractions and seekers, which will definitely make this a lot easier. And Nezuko now does have a. We're up for a triple shot. That is crazy, man.
For sure. I'm not sure
Because
how that will work with all the enforcers around.
they've all turned the gun to forces from hearing the gunshots. Yeah, of course, the two guards that were panicked will the triple shot will go, and he still has to get through these two enforcers here. He can't just run through here. And the people
Yeah.
that he did panic will run towards this area, and he's at a high possibility of them finding the lawyer. So, odd decision, and he won't even opt to run through where he did, where he panicked. So that panic, he's created an opportunity for a ripple for nothing here. Of course, you can run for that. You can run for that frisk point at any time. You just have to go at a bit of a lot of a big angle along the wall. And
This
obviously
is
go through the
such a crazy
basement.
action. Did Nezuko in the end trank the lawyer or KO him? Because if I think that body will be found since he was so close to
Yeah,
that spot with the triple shot. Okay, Rommel, 11 and a half minutes in, and he has no access to the lawyer. The lawyer is inside
yeah.
the desk.
Oh, come on. Of course, the lawyer does move at this stage, and we do see full effect of that now. Is in the villa and Rommel.
What do you do here? And Rommel spends half a minute there, but
That is, what is this game, bro? Like, what? How would you get someone stuck in there, man? But hopefully, he will get it done quicker this time. Reaper, has the kill done by 4.5 minutes, and hopefully Rommel will catch on. So that takes some of his tips and do it quicker. But that's a really tough rip to take if you're Rommel.
that is
Like,
so much progress gone. And
it's 11 minutes into a spin. Like, even if you're near the end or what, it's 11 minutes have gone to waste. And you've given your opponents right a back way into it here, and yeah, definitely gonna be a bit troublesome for him here and now. I mean, he did nothing wrong, and that is the bonus. He did nothing wrong to rip there. He just got really unfortunate, but it does give Reaper now a lot of time, you could say, judging by when he ripped last time, just to take his time with this lawyer grab. We have seen issues with it, but if they just take their time with it now, they'll be grand with this.
basically waiting out the second cycle, but Rocky just gets found just passing by Valentina, and now we are back to even, and Rommel with a minute advantage over the second place currently from Unprofessionals. That is just as you started saying. Patience is the key of the game, but it wasn't an unpatient moment. I think it's just a lack of awareness from Rocky to see where Valentina was. Really unlucky.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes it is very easy to lose concentration in this game. That's a full reason there, of course, on how easy it is, really. And yeah, back to the waiting game here for Rocky. And yeah, I'm sure something didn't want to happen there. And back to square one. And Rommel right away back into it now.
Nezuko and Reaper both playing the waiting game, different disguises, and Nezuko will be much quicker here because Reaper is waiting for the lawyer to get in here. He's waiting for the mission story.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no points finishing first, of course. You have to wait for your teammate to finish as well. Won't opt to hide Don here, as Valentina will now come through. Unlike Rocky, Nezuko does manage to dodge him. He's shooting the guard. You're not trespassing down there as the lawyer, of course. Well, you
He is, though
are.
he didn't go through the
Didn't go
frisk
through,
zone and he
yeah.
became really close to the triple shot area. He could have been seen but wasn't. And Nezuko, the really risky finish will be our first finisher, but Rocky is only 1 minute in at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. I said this before. There's no points finishing first. You know, if you finish, you get a point. Rommel with a restart, however. So back away right into it here. Reaper manages to knock up the lawyer this time. Unlike Rommel has no problems with it whatsoever. And yeah, it's just really a race now. A 1v1 between Rommel and Rocky on who can finish first, of course. There's either, you know, neither team, the only way both teams get 1 point is if neither finish now. Um, so yeah.
Sure, a possibility given the problems this spin has, but Rocky
Ooh,
has a chance to
eh?
get a kill at a minute
What the
40 in, but
fuck?
wasn't meant to be. Did
He had his
oh
five wire in his hand and didn't.
did I want to say that was a button press at the last second, but still a very weird one.
Yeah, and Reaper now with his finish, of course, already didn't have to have any issues with Donna's all the mercenaries and him was already taken care of alongside Valentina. Just has to press the button A one more time. Show us the rating screen there, Reaper. But now it's just a wait with Reaper and Rocky now. Rommel and Reaper now even. Just whether or not either of them can finish, and I'm sure Rommel will just try and take as much time as possible here. He has time. You know, he's half done the spin already. You know, he's had a really unfortunate moment with the lawyer, and yeah, hopefully he can just take that experience he already had on this spin, of course. Rocky likewise, just getting caught by Valentina, and hopefully he can take that into the rest of the spin here and just complete it. That's all in his mind here. I'm sure, you know, worst case scenario, they get no points. I'm sure they won't want that, but I'm sure they'll take 1 point even as well. But of course, I'm sure they'll want that 2 points from this map here, and it's gonna be their one goal.
I'm really interested to see who will be quicker because we have seen Reaper's approach of not doing anything to the lawyer in the beginning of the run and basically making sure that his run will be 9+ minutes because he intends to get the lawyer up here. And I think, judging by the time Rommel takes here and the fact that the previous 11-minute run ended with the lawyer in the desk, I think we might not see a finish from Rommel for another 7 minutes, which puts him at 4 from the end.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting near the territory soon there. One rip does do it for Rommel, and I'm sure, you know, all this body dragging is good and that, but you can play safe, and there is such thing in this game as playing too safe, which could be a possibility here. But of course, you know, the gas grenade he has here doesn't have the briefcase. He has lost that, but I'm sure he'll be able to gain access to another one. I will drag this body as well just for a bit of safety, but you can just leave the mercenaries here. You don't have to drag them. So a bit more added time here as Rocky does approach tomorrow for this first kill of this run here. Of course, Rommel will grab the briefcase from his stash up here, and of course, doesn't matter with the doesn't matter at all with the tomorrow assignment. Of course, we did see him last time use that remote emetic gas grenade here. For sure, and the briefcase, luckily for him, falls off. He has to be a bit quick though, because the guard might see it and take it away. Keeps climbing down. You just have to find the pipe on the other side, and he's all good.
Yeah.
Gets a nice throw from Flair. Thank you very much,
Other
Flair.
side.
He's watching. Flair's watching them on stream.
Yeah, it's
No.
we thank Flair for the Rommel follow, but it's not the stream just yet. Yeah, the Rommel and the briefcase situation, he has now lost it, and I think it is
That's big.
the emetic device inside.
I don't know if he had it inside or not, but even then he used it anyway for the Tamara isolation. I mean, he can retrieve it still. It would be a knockout onto this guard. We'll just have to follow him a little bit, but I mean, he would have gone this way anyway to go down to the suit, right? So it's not the end of the world, but just a bit of an inconvenience, and leaves it a nice distance away as he does come down and grab it, having a
Oh
nice
man.
direct route to the suit. So yeah, it could get a bit lucky, you could argue, but all good at the end of the day here.
And it's not just on Rommel at this point, because from the moment that we've realized that this could be 5, I would say it's even more, 7 minutes for Rommel until it finishes. Rocky has the Tamara kill down, has become the lawyer, goes the long way around like Nezuko did. I don't really see a triple shot in Rocky's near future, so I think it will just be a safe infiltration, and the second cycle dawn kill feels like Rocky is on course to win this map for Unprofessionals.
But I mean, we saw last time anything can happen, and Rummel's did deal with the suit a lot better this time. Still hiding the bodies you don't have to, but I mean, that is also what could cost him, playing too safe, wasting too much time, and, on a quicker spin where actually the spin ain't that long at all. Could be a bit costly here.
Yeah, he's nowhere near to tomorrow, and Roman is looking at the cycles again. Might just become the mercenary again. No, I think he wants to be staying in the suit, but it will be tough to get to the other side of this room, and Rommel going back and forth. Time is ticking, and the second cycle. But at least now he doesn't have to wait for dawn. So that's the one thing that this run allows, is that the lawyer will always be inside by the time tomorrow is done.
Yeah, and Rommel will also be in a position where the lawyer isn't trespassing in the villa as well, because he would have the lawyer would have gone in there as part of his cycle and made it a lot easier. And Rommel hasn't wasted any time as of his previous run. We saw him wait this time anyways to go for that mercenary. And what we saw him rip at the 9-minute mark. So, and at a time as well where he was close to finishing the spin, of course, had the lawyer disguised, and all he has to do after that was just go to the exit. So not that bad of a situation at all here, and in a nice position here. We'll go up to tomorrow soon, you'd hope, and get as sick as soon as possible. Don't really want to be waiting around for the lawyer as much anymore soon.
Yeah, but Roma now really spent 3 minutes without much progress here, and Tamara won't be getting any closer. He has to go immediately to Tamara and detonate that box. Rocky, meanwhile, knows the one thing that can end his run, and it is herself, Mrs. Yates. Instinct hammered on her, and that will be a KO in the very near future, and followed by very straightforward Yates in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things in the inventory could be his demise as well. Also, I mean, and he's just way unnecessary here. I mean, you can seek Tamara up here. We see it so often at the start of runs. And the fact that she does waste a bit more time here could put him off slightly. But yeah, Rommel now just messing around slightly, taking his time, and definitely now if he rips this over, and all eyes will be on Rocky now, who does have Don in the villa. He could have easily just stuck in the lawyer room inside the little what's it? Is it a box or is it a little cabinet? What is it? I can never seem to remember. There's one of them in there, but I can't remember which. He will lure Don up here with a coin, and we'll get a seeker off onto him. So, oh my God, and Don bends down at the right time. No, it does actually catch him anyways, of course. Just have to wait for the distraction to finish before it worked. Now just has Don to deal with. We'll go for a subdue here. Where's Valentina? Because Don's been knocked out. She will start walking soon, you think?
Yeah, luckily Rocky did spend the time there to knock out and high Valentina, so she won't be a problem anymore, and the subdue wasn't hurt by any of the mercenaries. So this will be the second kill in a very disformed.
Still has to get out. He will be trespassing. We saw Nezuko with a couple panics there, and whether or not Rocky do the same thing, which he'll have to. I mean, one bit of distraction is very necessary. It's good to have the keys as well, which he does already have. So is one bit of distraction is all it takes here for Rocky on them two waiters down there. What's he gonna opt to do it? How's he deal with this?
Passing. This is so scary at the end of the run. 7.5 minutes in his run. 25 minutes past.
Gets a drop down prompt, lots of whoosh there from the mercenaries. Lots and lots and lots. Gets into the bush just in time. And will crouch around to the exit for a exit, and he does exit. And that will be Rocky with a
The
heart in
Rocky
the mouth
clutch for
moment.
the Unprofessionals with their so tense start and a personal best mission score.
Yeah,
What
wow,
a
that
map.
was just in the nick of time as well there. And wow. Wow, Rocky, leaving it right to the end, and we go back. That map could have been finished ages ago if Rummel didn't have that very unfortunate rip with the lawyer, and yeah, we have to strap ourselves in, head to Colorado next. We head to a quick break to just recover from that map and prepare for what's to come from Colorado.
Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced the anonymous data received by our clients to one Olivia Hall, brilliant young hacktivist and suspect in a dozen cases of cyber vandalism. Using onion routing with state-of-the-art encryption, Hall went to a lot of trouble to stay untraceable. She is good, but we are better. Her digital trail has led us to a remote farm in Colorado, where satellite footage has revealed what appears to be the training camp for a private militia, led by an already registered target, Sean Rose, Australian environmental terrorist and explosives expert wanted for a series of public bombings. Rose was spotted near the scene of Thomas Cross's kidnapping, which makes him our prime suspect for the Shadow client. Spurred by Eric Soders, the ICA Board of Directors has asked us to infiltrate the farm and eliminate Sean Rose, along with 3 other prominent militia members. Ezra Berg, retired Mossad interrogator, Penelope Graves, former Interpol anti-terror analyst, and finally Maya Parvati, former assassin and gunrunner for the Tamil Tigers. I'll be honest with you, 47. I consider Eric Soda's reasoning hasty and ill-advised. Now, we cannot go against the wishes of the board, but we can conduct our own investigation. Whether a direct threat to the ICA or not, we need to know the Shadow client's true agenda. I will leave you to prepare.
Yes, hello and welcome back. We will be Colorado's our final map of the series here, and a nice one to end it on. Look at this, Paris Chongdoza, Colorado. This would have ranked around mid-place in my tier list of the map series so far, but of course, the Dozer does put it straight bottom for me, unfortunately. But Colorado definitely is my favourite Big 5 map, and it will be a very nice way to end it here. And we'll test the players here. It's I say it over and over again. Colorado, you can rip anywhere on this map. Anywhere, anytime you can rip. Whether you're just running through the middle of the map, someone can be found, or something can happen. It just makes it even challenging, and I like it. I like Colorado for that. You always have to be on your toes in Colorado. There's never an easy moment at all. Even the most straightforward spins can be made difficult with even just like one target lockdown, or even just the wrong thing, like we saw with Nezuko there, lockdown, and the map's finished for him there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a lovely map to come up on here and finish it on. Of course, it will be the Roulette Unprofessionals map pick, which is a interesting decision considering Rocky said earlier that he doesn't think he's ever completed Colorado SA yet. So it would be nice to see him do the spin, just as a thing if he does get the challenge pop up or not. So yeah, definitely going to be very nice map here, and yeah, and I think, of course, I say, well, some fire kills will be bound with no Molotov. Anything else you'd like to see on Colorado?
I'm just too focused on typing everywhere else. I know the spin.
So-
I'm really excited to see this one in particular. I'm not sure if you can guess any parts of it.
Oh.
Well,
Now, if I guess anything, we'll just go rigged. So I'll try my
it's
best
rigged
not to guess
anyway.
anything. Live Penelope. Or live Ezra or live Penelope make it interesting. Of course, we have to wait for them to route back to the house, which is a simple seek strat from the start, of course. Sean Rose live is a little bit easier as our spin will be here.
Yeah, you got it right on a couple occasions there.
Oh.
Sean Rose loud SMG militia soldier, Penelope Graves injected poison scarecrow, Ezra Berg falling object as point man, my probiotic explosion accident as
Strap
hacker.
yourself in.
I
We're in for a
think
long
we're
one. We're in
here
for
for a
a
long
very
ride.
long one for sure. Loud Sean, so many rip possibilities. Penelope live. Ursa Scarecrow, so many rip opportunities. Ezra, Fallen Object, so many rip opportunities. Thankfully, my party is still loud, but I mean the hack disguise, rip opportunities for sure. And yeah, interesting spin. So we'd have to wait to see Sean return to the house for sure. I'd say. I mean, it make perfect sense to wait for him to return to the house. You don't want to be isolating him in his hut if you don't choose isolate him here. And yeah, Penelope will see in the hut because in the house even because a scarecrow you don't want to be going anywhere else. So
This is a really
yeah.
tricky one. I don't think any part of this is straightforward, which is really unfortunate for the players. At least new suits, so the hacker start is viable. Nezuko, Reaper already going in with it. Roman with, of course, not as much recent roulette competition practice. Could have been thinking about something easier like the West Bridge start, but I think hacker will just win, and we're just waiting on Rocky's starting trade, but also hacker.
Yeah, this is a really odd strat. I mean, it's almost really inconsistent. This hacker strat. People can hear the subdues and Sean can hear the knockout, and it's just sometimes a bit hard to get right. And you have to make a lot of pick. It's really a picky strat here. You see so many restarts coming off initially. It's really a hard start as Rocky's still planning. Thankfully though, not load out heavy. Allow some G's on the map. Of course, the injected poisons in the basement here. The fallen object you just shoot with a pistol that you'll probably bring in. Likewise with the propane, although you could do it remote if you really wanted to. It's not the end of the world. End of the world if you decide to do that here. And of course, you do have the tornado shower as well for the Sean Loud. So definitely makes it a little bit nicer here. Ron will start on Westbridge as well. So we'll probably wait for him to have Sean return back to the house here, of course. Militia soldier and not that bad of a disguise skill. Likewise, the point man. Just have to be careful of what you leave around. Of course, if you leave the point man and the militia spec ops even out in the little hut, what is it? The Apricot King? Is that what it's called?
Fruit King?
Fruit King. That's
but,
it.
But I would have never known that one, so that's a good call by you.
Fruit King or Apricot. Oh, whatever it is. Of course, you don't want to leave them in there because, of course, any guns left around the area or any naked bodies will just run and grab the disguise from there and run straight into the bodies, which you don't want at all. So yeah, definitely an interesting spin coming off here.
Yeah. This is not the type of spin even which feels solved after you finish the first isolation. Nezuko will get a drive-by kill here because he was the one with the breaching charge and propane in hand already, so at least that's one kill down.
Yeah, that's very nice. And you have all ties dead, so Sean won't get locked down from this or something silly like that. So definitely a nice little idea from Nezuko here on Sparse Propane. And yeah, will be a quick kill to start things off here. And after that, only really has to focus on the targets in the house.
Compromised for Nezuko, but it was turned off
I
quick
think
enough. I'm not sure.
that would have been my compromising him straight away and crime notice. It would seem that he's all good now. Of course, red guns from the Sean isolation. You gotta be on your edge of the seat for a long time now. And yeah, interesting to see what he does next. Would he go for the Sean kill or the Ezra kill or what? Of course, we probably see the Ezra kill done last. I'd say. Because of that, you have to drag her out into the entrance of the house where Penelope will go. You have to do that Penelope kill before the Ezra kill, I'd say, for sure. As he will work on this point man isolation here. So actually, he might go for that. Or he's just working on the disguise and buff them in the house, of course. None of them hostile down there, so there's no risk of getting the hostile glitch.
Yeah, it's a good question about what is the best target order here. As Nezuko will have this messy
investigate
chat with...
Point man, go deal with the point man, mate. Don't be distracted. That's better be very. Ooh, Kruger actually. Never mind. It's a good idea.
I suppose it works. Yeah, it was a close one, but nicely done.
Nezuko point man as well.
Probably go with falling object next. I honestly think I would because Penelope takes a while longer. Yeah, I would say that she's 7-ish minutes until she's back, and I think you can do the whole Ezra kill there and wait until the panic settles from the hackers, and then get Penelope probably last, but Nezuko is
Ooh,
chest
Nezuko, what are you
passing here and
doing?
gets
What are you doing?
spotted by the elite guard.
Oh, yeah.
Such a nicely planned strategy, but just forgetting about chest passing again
Who was
causes him
that?
the biggest 3-star so far.
Someone was up in the house. Who was that? I saw Ezra and Sean was down. Was that Penelope in the house at 3:20?
I actually did not see,
There
but
was my eyes might be deceiving me, but it looked like there was 3 red people in the house during the instinct. There you go,
that
Sean
is
here.
fun. Fun to speculate about that one. I did not see it, but
Back at a long route, I mean, he does have Sean see the body, and this will be a bit hard. And nice from Rummel here. We'll use the EMP to break the or to detonate the propane here. Does is a bit aware of people hearing it, and thankfully no one does, and he is fine just to start this kill nicely here. An EMP, of course, not what we usually see. We usually see a breacher or a taser here, but I mean, will do the job nevertheless, and we'll also have to deal with Sean here as well as he returns to the house, and Penelope as well. So still lots to left to do for Rommel here. He's only done what I've been an eighth of the spin at most, you could say. Has Ezra down, but nothing else for him, and has Penelope down and the kill set up. So he has 3 out of all 12 things done. So 25% done on the spin here. So has lots of work left to do. Nezuko does get the knockout onto Sean off, and we'll do the Ezra one shortly later. I'm sure we'll see the Penelope one left alone, even of course, with the inject poison. Have to have her live.
ooh, lots to uncover here still, of course. It's just so far from straightforward spin, and you said the 12 steps really makes a lot of sense here because none of them can be cut back by.
Thank you. After drag Ezra there, Nezuko as well will have camera problems, so I have to take them out whenever we can, of course. We'll swap into the Scarecrow now. I like this. Is he going to try and go back and get Penelope now? If he can do this, I respect it. I can't lie. Of course, we have to go up and round, hey, take care of this guy as well. And, of course, with him doing drive-by for Maya, you can do it whenever you want, of course. So, not the end of the world at all, but I think Maya will be leaving the mansion soon. Lots of rush from that guard. He will investigate it. Will he? No, he won't. So, yeah, won't be that much bother here for Nezuko. If he wants to go back down to the basement, I have to take out a camera as well. And, yeah, not in the best of situations for himself here. Does climb down. A bit of whoosh, but we'll be fine. Just to run to the basement here. Living life a bit on the edge here, Nezuko is. Penelope's still up, and
Really in position at 206. That's sort of fascinating for me. Like, what did he trigger with her?
He obviously something, and yes, we see her leave, and that's part of the isolation. She walks past him, she leaves. And I like to see this done with consumed poison. I mean, it'd be great to delay consumed poison if you want to get everything done first, of course, but nicely gets her to leave. Now it seems, wow, this is great from Nezuko here. Getting Penelope almost to leave on command, and we'll get that kill down. Possibly the hardest one down. We'll swap into Mr. Elite. No hostile glitch, you'd hope. And we'll go back to his hack disguise as well. Grab that. And of course, the drive-by on Maya will be in a nice area for him here. Yeah, so really nice start for Nezuko here. But of course, doesn't matter. Still has to worry about what Rocky's doing. He can finish first. Lots of whoosh on the disguise grab, but doesn't rip, fortunately for him. But you look at Rommel and Sean sees him. He has to be quick here. Will be a crime noticed. Gets a knockout, but
Question mark, and I think one of the hackers.
Seen the bodies, yeah. But I mean, we've jogged over everyone here. Mainly focused on Nezuko. But in the meantime, Reaper, 8 minutes in, has almost finished the spin. We've almost glossed over the fact that he's so far ahead and only has the Ezra kill left, So, dealt with the Sean kill in the soundproof way, of course. With the hacker start, used the tornado shower to full effect. Really nice from him in that way. And only has an Ezra kill. Could actually argue that one's the hardest because of the amount of awareness you need to have on it.
It's a close fight between, I think, 3 of these kills. Just my explosion accident is the one that I like from this and the other 3. I don't know.
Yeah, for
difficult.
sure. You can make the Sean one a little bit easier, but you can't really make this Ezra one and Penelope one any easier, really. I mean, Ezra ain't that bad. You just got to be aware of the hackers in the bottom floor and the militia elite roaming the top floor. Of course, with Penelope dead, with Sean dead, there will be extra eyes around, so you have to be careful with them as well. Um, so yeah, definitely gonna be interesting here for sure what he does now.
Reaper is basically one waiting game away from finishing. I'm not exactly sure, but since there was no one-handed firearm restriction, he should have a silence pistol to shoot that object, which is the main chandelier. But of course, the two hackers and the roaming elite, who is, oh no, that's a hacker upstairs, but basically 3 NPCs to look out for. But I think someone is arriving back because of Penelope being found. I think he stops now.
Yeah, I mean, the guard on the balcony ain't there for a long time, so if he has to go now, he's going to go now. Otherwise, he will face a bit of bottom bother. Thankfully, it's not like Ezra Full where you have to drag him a little bit longer. Rocky, yet another rip, and he's almost like weighing down the Zuko at this point, you could say. He hasn't been able to get going really today, especially on Colin and Shang-Chi. Managed to get on Dozer, but fortunately, Rumble has some unfortunate rips partnered up with that as well.
Yeah, Rocky did.
Nezuko has hostile glitch. That's a shame.
Yeah, and I almost wanted to say that someone, after getting an early Scarecrow kill, which had to have been Nezuko, changed into the elite in the basement.
He did. He didn't get it straight away. He didn't have hostile straight away, but it has come into effect here. So, not the end of the world, but we'll have to change that here. I mean, hostile or trespassing up here, it doesn't really matter. The one effect is you get shot at if you're hostile and not shot at straight away if you're trespassing. So, not much difference there. But
the one thing that will be different here, as Reaper will be exiting and it will be fine in trespassing area, but as the panic wears off, he could get found trespassing. He will get the finish.
Yeah, Tornado exit as well, right down here. Really nice, efficient run from Reaper there, first to finish. But as we saw on Mendoza, first finish gives you nothing. It's now all focused on Rommel here, who will have to finish here. Misses the mine isolation dome, and does restart because of it. Won't opt to focus on everything else. And yeah, I mean, it seems like Rummel's strat, what he's doing will take a very long time. He'll have so much stuff to cover. Sean and Penelope will be close together and we'll have lots to worry about with that in that effect. So, yeah, nearly halfway through, not much progress from anyone else. Reaper, such an impressive run for a difficult spin there. Nezuko missing some shots, not what you want, but does get the kill off eventually. And we'll use a bit of distraction onto this hacker, somehow gets it off. And yeah, we'll come back into the basement here. Use Tornado Shelter now for Sean Rose, and yeah, I mean, if he has to go over to Maya with the hostile glitch, it's gonna be a bit challenging. I can't lie.
It only the Pointman is compromised, to my knowledge, with these glitches.
So it's all fine at the moment.
Yeah, the elite will be fine, and I think the other disguises after elite will also be. We'll have to see, of course, on the hacker, or Nezuko also has the opportunity to just get this remote.
Just where has he left his hacker? That's the question. Where is he going? Why is he going? Because he's side hacker, he'll have a hacker somewhere. Comes back into the mansion here for a really nice shot off onto the camera box. Of course, did have yellow guns, so it would be a problem. Rocky is replanning now, so yeah, he can take all of his time here. Rocky can. Just be whether or not he can finish in the given time. Now, that's like definitely the main focus. Nezuko with half the spin done, of course, can take all the time in the world, knowing that Rocky has just restarted. So
yeah, slight push there, but Nezuko's objective is to just finish these 2 kills, no matter how long it takes, and preferably without going too safe. And I think to answer your question, yeah, the hacker was left in the barracks. Nezuko was the player with the breaching charge still, so we can still see a live kill there later on.
yeah.
And then Sean Loud last. Militia Soldier is not hard to get. Loud SMG is there down in the basement, and the soundproof Tornado Shelter will finish Nezuko's run, but Rocky starting the run and basically in 4th place, which is also crucial for Colorado so far.
Everyone now does get the Maya. We'll start the Maya lure off successfully. Of course, hasn't done it yet. And he also has the ability to do this kill remote with the EMP. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a nice approach here from Rommel. Yeah, I said before, the EMP ain't something you see often used for remote kills, but nevertheless, it does get the job done and has similar properties to the taser and breach. It's just not immediate, I don't think. So that click and the kill will be a bit nervous. You could
Yes, that's a
say.
very scary 3 seconds, but after that the pop should happen, and now the propane flask, not tank, in hand to set up that first kill. And yeah, sadly Romer
Ooh.
can't do much preparation at the start.
Rocky
What
late
happens for
again for
Rocky?
this timing.
And lured Penelope with the crowbar.
Oh, and a side kill as well, so that will be an immediate restart, not something you want at all. The lockpick is so much better for this, and again, you want to be reaching Ezra before and trigger his conversation just to make it a little bit easier here. Nezuko just waiting out Mars come back outside, of course. He would know Rocky's just restarted, as I say all the time, and definitely have that time to waste here. He starts to grab the miniature soldier, but again, not the hardest of disguise, but might be in this area with the panic that will occur from the explosion kill.
Yeah, it is just another restart for Rocky. It really is just about if Rocky can get a run going, because otherwise, no matter how impressive Nezuko's run is, although of course a bit slower in-game time as than Reaper, he has no chance of getting the 2 points. And it would be down to Rommel to win this one as the only person with the middle of the run who is in the middle of a run. 30 minutes to go. Hey. That's interesting for Nezuko. I've never seen a militia soldier in this room, but the other room is now empty. This soldier has woken up after 11 minutes and went to work. Oh, here's the other one. So I
Oh,
suppose.
hostile glitches back, boys.
Oh my
Gonna be a
goodness.
bit challenging here getting back through. Of course, it's doable. Of course, we can't see Scarecrow kills from Myra and the Sioux, so yeah, it's not impossible, but definitely gonna be a bit challenging here. But has time's on his side. Time is definitely on his side here. Rummel being smart as well and dragging the militia really outside before changing his disguises. Very nice idea for him, but wow. Nezuko's got a bit of a task on his hands here.
And he's already gone almost full with the whoosh. He lost his silence pistol, so he gets it back now. And going all the way around here, it is going to be a challenge. But as you said, all Nezuko has to do is just finish with Rocky. He also needs Rocky to finish, and he's a good 5 to 10 minutes away. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, that is so full and gets out of the way again. 2 close calls in 1 minute for Nezuko.
Mate, I assume there is a way just to find a root to this problem and get rid of it. And if he doesn't know about it, I'd highly suggest with the time you've got, split back in some initial elite and go take care of it. We're up around the outside. I mean, might be a bit of a bad decision, you could say. There is lots of enforcers around here and not so much cover.
This trio, I don't think Nezuko can ever get through. But apparently 2 are looking away, and the third one will be distracting.
Just go for
A
it.
second shot, so he's thinking about it. That might not be wise, since the bullet distraction turns into bullet impact, and this door is closed.
Ooh, he will have a lockpick though from the earlier isolation, so we'll be able to just lockpick the door open, but no, won't opt to go for it now. We'll wait for them all to turn around and we'll start another run round. More enforcers yet to come for sure here.
And Rommel coming from behind with a sneak approach of 7 minutes in and no kills, but lots of setup there, and only
Yeah.
Penelope his life here, so it's
She
going
will
for
return to
kill
the
now.
mansion as well now. So really nice timing here. We'll go around the scarecrow now, and not that hard to transport back up and to the house. We'll just have to be a bit careful with all the eyes around here. But I think Nezuko's our main focus here, of course. Hostile glitch out here. Has people panicked? Is not really what you want in this situation. But yeah, Penelope now will be looking at the clock. Don't go yet, because the holy amounts of wish you can get. But yeah, definitely a bit of a tense situation here. Drinking a bit of dialogue. Just take your time, Rummel. You have what? 9.5 minutes? Take your time. You have time. Take your time. And that's the best bit of advice at the moment. We'll go back up here and is he just want to disguise? No, he's gonna swap and hide this Mishler Elite. Just bring him down here. Just a bit of safety while he waits for Penelope here.
Yeah, we will see, I guess, the regular timing there as Rocky gets spotted just passing, so that might be the end of the Unprofessionals run with 9 minutes to go. It's not a sub-9 spin here, so probably on Rommel's side now to decide. It will be 2 or just 1 point for Gumidifier. As Nezuko
Oh, he doesn't do the
got there.
tornado shelter, bro. Oh my god, you have the tornado shelter, you don't use it, and thankfully there's an exit there. As my heart doesn't go that quick, and yeah, just Rocky and Rommel now. I mean, if Rocky's given up with the spin, this rip from Rommel, if it does occur, would be the end of it, you would assume. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's all eyes on Rommel really now. One rip settles it, you would say. He's in that time period like he was on Mendoza, where if he rips, it'll be finished. And with Rocky not playing, you would assume that Rommel's at the territory where he can rip and lose. Gets the poison off onto Penelope, and she does die. And yeah, won the 4 kills down for Rommel now. But they're all set up. He has everything he needs of them. We'll just have to deal with them. We'll smartly drag them initially outside now, swap into his disguise, and yeah, just a few kills left now. We'll swap into his point man, which he needs for his kill onto Ezra. Won't go for that one yet though. Also back into Militia Elite, of course. Did start Westbridge, so we'll have to grab his own hacker. That box being full though, so we can just leave him in here all safe. So yeah, what's he gonna do next? What kill does Rommel go for now? And Rocky initiating a kill everyone challenge. The stream does freeze and scared me for a second, thinking my OBS has crashed. But thankfully, Rommel was still running around, and it's Rocky himself that crashed. Thankfully, sigh of relief, it's not me.
Yeah, it is the end of Rocky's stream because with 7 minutes exactly now, as I said it, there is no way back here. Probably it would be a daily spin-like approach, which would see us below that mark. So Romulan still with 3 kills to go, 3 disguises to get, of course, some approach has been done here with the point man, and of course all 3 of them are now KO'd, but first apparently the militia soldier and the soundproof loud kill.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh.
It will be open to him, of course, Tornado Shelter. Smartly, like everyone else, does get Sean in the basement here, so yeah, definitely a bit of tight moments coming up now for Rommel. Has the SMG, of course, and every disguise can carry a gun on the Colorado, of course, set with the suit and scarecrows. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting moment here for Rommel. Opting to get the Sean kill next. Of course, will be soundproof in the Tornado Shelter, but if he does mess it up a little bit, there will be bodies in the basement, which is going to be a bit interesting to see what happens, nevertheless.
And I feel like Rommel can still just be teasing us because any order of the kills is still possible here. Pointman and Soldier are now in the basement, doesn't have to be the kill as well. If Rommel is not comfortable enough, then he can delay it. And sure enough, he was looking for some disguises. But now he's going back for the SMG, and all he has to do is shoot from the back half of the shelter. Otherwise, it's definitely the end of the run. But
yeah, which he does
Rommel
know
very
about.
nicely.
Rommel has been around for a while, so he will know about this soundproof area here, and backs himself into the corner. Won't shoot.
Still no shoot.
Teasing us a little bit here. Can't see Sean's head, so we'll fully drag him into the room now. And puts himself right in the corner. Will shoot. No searching. No gunshot heard. So Rommel now 2 kills left. Only needs to hack this, guys, and that's the Penelope kill down. Don't know. Would you go for? You would think the hacker will be the sensible option to go for next. Of course, the panic that will go round when Ezra dies. It would be easier to grab a hacker before that.
I agree with you. Yeah, the panic with the
No,
hackers,
he has
followed by
no
the
Minister
point
Elite.
man
He has
kill.
no Minister Elite though. He's
He
used
has
them all up.
no way. He lost all 3 of them.
I mean, he would have lost one from the start. He would have lost another one to go to the point man, and lost another one to go to the thing. So he's just toying with us now. What does he go for next? I mean, time is running out.
And now it is more likely a tie with 4 minutes and 15 to go and one more disguise to get.
Yeah, I mean, not much left to do after he does get that disguise on. It seems he will be running away to go grab his militia. No, he's gonna go towards the free one. It seems.
Yeah, he should get one last free from here. But that's sort of funny as well that you can run out of militia elites. It's like running out of key hackers in Hokkaido, but like running out of 6 of them. It's such a heavy spin for that.
You can grab it. Just move a bit to the left, please, Ronald. A bit more to the left. Thank you. Something to this guy's bit of Washby's all fine now. Fills up a little bit quickly, but it is all good. And Rommel putting us on our edge of our seats here. Gonna be interesting what he does next. We'll go for a hacker, it seems, and yeah, it's going. What is here for one up here?
With no ranks remaining, it's probably sensible to not go for these two, which can be seen by the roaming one.
That door will be locked. We'll have a key to open it up, and what's he gonna try?
He's not any closer.
It's a bit interesting.
This is right on edge with 3 minutes to go and so much progress to do. He will delay the roaming guard, which delays the hacker grab a bit more. There are still 2 NPCs to get rid of.
Oh, this is really, really testing my nerves here. What is going to happen? Meanwhile, Nezuko is playing some Dharma, which I respect. But Rommel now goes against his idea. He's just wasting time at this point, and the time is in the red zone. Less than 3 minutes left. What does he do?
He will go for the long but safe hacker grab, but it will take at least a minute, and that leaves with a minute 10 to grab and drag Ezra around. I don't think we will see the finish now.
There's no box around, and oh god, this is. He has to knock out the hacker as soon as he can and box him right there. He has to, right?
Or even not to box it, because I don't think he will have time to.
But there's a box right there. If he knocked him out there, he would have been fine. But there's the drag here is very, you're right, too long, and you might have to just tuck him in this corner here. Just knock him out, Rommel, when he does. No side KO, fortunately, and we'll drag him around this side bit here. Of course, it is one click of a button for him. The point man is left downstairs for him already. Has already fetched out the guys. We'll detonate the EMP now, and well, not yet. He hasn't detonated it yet, and now he does. The my kill now does go off. Now it'll be a race to drag Ezra, and the way it's going, you'd think he'd be wasting. He'd use some time up and wait a bit for Ezra now, but he can't. 1 minute 26 left on the clock.
Yeah,
wow.
he simply cannot wait for the hackers. He cannot wait for the roaming guard.
He has good timing. The roaming guard has just gone past.
What about the hackers? I think the hackers are in good position as well. But another hacker is going there. But it didn't see the body.
Just shoot the fucking thing, man. He has an angle into the chandelier, shoots it, goes back into the basement. Ezra is killed. Tornado shelter is open. Rommel runs to the exit. Still green guns, and he does exit. Oh god, what's the ending to a Colorado there, and Gumidifier 2 will be taking Colorado and taking the final 2 points of our series there. Oh my god.
That has been one of the craziest finishes to any last minute spin. That is indescribable how close it was and how tight Rommel made it for himself. But in the end, that is this 5th and 6th point for Gumidifier and the match win. Incredible.
Wow, what an incredible way to end the game there. I mean, just if Curry wants a highlight video, if whoever wants a highlight video, the Colorado just fills it. Like, that was crazy. The ending from Rummel there, the hesitation on the hacker to wasting time, and wow, just got a bit much for me at the end. Just proves Colorado. Wow, what a map, and such a great way to end it off there.
No words there really anymore. But
Yeah, I mean,
what a match! What a
what
match!
a
And
match indeed, for sure. And he set the bar for the game coming up next. And yeah, we'll take a quick look at the brackets, of course, now. And this was a Group 2 game, so we'll give it a quick refresh here. Hopefully you've updated it. And yeah, here we are. It's building up nicely here. Geometry Dash Refugees top with 14 points, but everyone else nicely on 6 points. However, second place has played 2 games, third place has played 1 game, and fourth place have played all 3 of their games. So it's sealed now that Roulette Unprofessionals can't make the KO stage. Of course, Gumidifier and Bad Laptop and Bad Wi-Fi have to play each other, so points will be won in that game. So yeah, unfortunately, that means Roulette Unprofessionals can't qualify for the knockout stages. But yeah, it's between Gumidifier and Laptop now for that final spot. You would say Geometry Dash Refugee so far ahead, and that Colorado could be the difference. And that would be crazy if it is.
that will be one to remember, and it basically changed the 3-5 to a 6-2, so of course 1 point either way.
Yeah.
But it's not a long group stage, and every map can matter, and every clutch like this can matter.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And archive matches here. There will be a game on right after this, so I will quickly pop out and change everything. Other than that, another game scheduled 1 a.m. CST on October the 1st. CX Punk, Mark III, and Real Forest, which I'm sure is a job for gun formation. Considering
Guaranteed.
all our other NAs are playing, I'm sure it's a job for gun for that game is. So yeah, I'll quickly go back to the island, change my stream, and yeah, I mean, I don't know if you'll stay with me for the other game of fun, but wow, what a game this was, and yeah, hopefully the next game coming up will live up to the same standards. So I'll switch back to the island quickly, and we'll see everyone quickly after this in a bit.